Customizing your homepage in Moodle is actually quite easy. All you have to do is log in, and I'm going to log in as Joe Teacher, the new high school history teacher. And once you've logged in, even if your page is currently invisible to the rest of the world, it should show up for you. Mr. Teacher is grayed out because I haven't turned that on yet for him. He's just getting started. But once you're logged in, you can see it, click on your course, and see what you have to work with. Now right now, Mr. Teacher's website's pretty plain. He's got 5 different classes that he can use the space of. He's got some contact information that's not complete, and it's mostly blank. Now to start customizing, the button that you want to use is called Turn Editing On. This is located in the upper right-hand corner. When you click it, many icons will appear. This can sometimes look a little bit overwhelming to a new Moodle user. But once you learn what they do, you'll see the same ones over and over again, and it becomes very simple very quickly. The first button you'll want to recognize is the little hand. This is what lets you edit something to make changes. You'll use it a lot as you learn to use Moodle. And we'll start over here with contact information. Let's make some changes by clicking on the hand. This will pop up a little menu. And now Mr. Teacher can finish putting in his name. He can finish off his email address. He can even turn it into a hyperlink by clicking on the hyperlink button. He can put in his phone extension, and if he's feeling very ambitious, he can even put in a picture of himself by clicking on the Insert Image button. The picture should be saved in your My Documents folder, which is also hooked up to Moodle. So here's the picture. Put in an alternative text. If you don't do this, Moodle will squawk and remind you to put in an alternative text for blind people. You say OK, and he's got a picture of himself. This picture is a little bit big, so I'm going to go ahead and resize this. Now remember, this picture is saved on your Z drive under My Documents. If you delete it from My Documents, that will also delete it from Moodle, so just be aware of that. Also, if you move it to someplace else in My Documents, that can cause it to disappear from Moodle. There you go. If he wants to edit more later, he can always click on the little hand and pull that same menu up again. Just like that. Now that the contact information is right, let's work on the actual body of the course. We can start by putting a welcome message up here at the top. Click on the hand, and you can now use the little graphical editor here to type in what you want it to say. I'll center it, maybe make my font a little bit bigger. Put a little welcome message. I can make it italicized or bold-faced. Put some profound quotation from someone. You can even put in tables if you want to by using the table button for teachers who like to use tables. You can take it out by deleting it. You can spell check by using the spell check button. They've even got built-in smiley faces if you decide to use a smiley face. This is how you change the text color, and here's how you change the background color. Now some teachers have asked, can I make my whole background purple, or can I change the theme of my web page? And the answer to that is no. The reason why is not to limit artistic expression. Just remember that your page is designed to help make it easier for students and parents, so we want to keep it as uniform as possible. There are options to make it a reflection of you, but the bottom line is we really need to keep it as simple for students and parents as we can. So the basic format of the class should stay roughly the way that it is. Let's take a look at class number 1 now. We can actually edit this. And make it say something different. We can put in a picture if we want to. Minimize this down a little bit. Hit save. And our home page is starting to look better already. Edit class 2. I'll put in another picture if I want to. Remember not to move or delete these pictures from your home folder, or they will disappear off Moodle. Hit OK. And we'll make this a little smaller. Remember, too, that if you don't like the way something looks or want to change it later, all you have to do is hit the hand. Right now, I'm noticing that this Welcome to Mr. Teacher's class is a little bit crowded. So let's change that. And I'm going to use a slightly smaller font. See if this looks a little bit better. And I think that it does. Now the next button that you'll want to know about is the little eyeball, and what that does is it shows whether or not something is visible. Right now, Class 5 is grayed out. That means students would not even know that it's there. Class 3 and Class 4 we're not using, so let's click the eyeball and make those invisible too. They're still there. You could turn them on later if you want to, if you need the extra space. Until then, just go ahead and turn off the eyeball and they will be invisible. When you're done editing, you can go ahead and turn editing off. And you're back to normal. To see what a student would see, or something close to what a student would see, you can switch your role to a student. And this is more what a kid would see. As you can see, a lot of the options under administration are gone. They can see their grades. The not available, this would actually be totally invisible to a student. You can return to being a teacher by clicking on this button. One other common point of confusion with Moodle is that you can actually change the way that the site looks by clicking on this little square right here. This is the Show Topic button, and it will let you see one topic at a time. So if a student wants to switch it so that he only sees U.S. history, he can click that button. If he wants to see other courses, he can jump to other courses like civics this way, or he can see the list of all the courses by clicking on this button. And it switches you back to everything. So if you ever have a student in your class who has the wrong class showing and everything else has disappeared, just keep an eye on this button right here, because sometimes that can confuse people. Remember, to turn editing on, you push this button, and when you're finished, you turn it off like this. That should pretty much wrap things up. If you have any questions, you can always email me. And remember, you are an innovative teacher of the 21st century. Thanks for watching.